Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 740 Show, episode 10. And tonight we're going to be talking with Chris and Stephanie from Rost Martin. But before we do that, we're going to go around the panel and see what everybody's been up to. What is going on, Matt?
How we doing, Chris? Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, thanks for being here. It's going to be fun.
I think so.
And next we got John in here from the GOA. John, what is going on?
Not much. Just launched a new video on the fully loaded reviews page today or yesterday on the Stoger STR9.
Nice. Anything going on GOA you want to talk about real quick?
We just had our women's event over the weekend, which Stephanie and Chris both attended, which was a great event. We've got a ton of legislation going on, and we also have our new GOA convention coming up in August called Goals. So if you're interested in attending as media or attending at all, go to goals.gunowners.org and you will find all the information to sign up for media and then a little bit brief information about the event. That website will be updated here April 1st for attendees and everything to sign up.
Nice. I think everybody's looking forward to it. I know I am. So, gonna be pretty cool. Next in, we got Christian. Christian, what is going on?
Hey, Chris. Appreciate you having me on tonight. Not a whole lot. Just been working a heck of a lot as of late, and my wife's been on crutches the last 3 weeks, so we got 3 more weeks to go on that after her hip surgery. So, I've been staying close to home to tend to her a little bit, but just happy to be here. So appreciate again you have me on here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. So, well, guys, I'm not going to do a roll call tonight out in the side chat. We only have Chris and Stephanie here till 9 Eastern. They're going to be on for an hour, and I got a ton of questions, and I'm sure Matt and John and everybody out in the side chat does. We will be doing a giveaway. We'll get into that after we talk with Chris and Stephanie for a while. So, Chris and Stephanie, I'm going to let you take it away. For people who've been living under a rock, tell us who Rost Martin is.
Yeah, sure. So, hi. Thank you so much for having us on, by the way. We're super excited to be here. But yes, we just started Rost Martin. Well, actually, I guess we should say we started Rost Martin, which is a new firearms manufacturing brand. We're based out of Dallas, Texas, and we started it actually in 2020. It's what I affectionately refer to as our COVID baby. But we actually just launched at the beginning of January. So we launched at SHOT Show, and we launched with our introductory product that we're calling our RM1C. And it's a compact striker-fired 9mm polymer pistol, and we are offering it at a really competitive price point. So we're here to kind of shake things up and super excited to be offering a new model and platform into the market.
American made
as well.
Texas. So,
yes.
Yeah, we, as Stephanie said, I think it was really important for us to come to the market with a gun that's feature rich, fully loaded, as you might say. Some of the things you might find on a more custom gun. Really took the time to make sure that we had a really, really quality trigger. And so I think that our customers and people who've shot it would really say that they really enjoy the trigger. It feels really crisp break, a nice clean reset, short reset. So, I think it's been a really exciting first couple of months, and we're just excited to continue to get the gun in front of more people and attend more events across the country and talk to more people. And thanks again for having us tonight.
Oh yeah. I know. Obviously, I have one. I got a few videos out on it. I do believe Matt's got his now. John, you've got one. Christian, I know, doesn't have one. Yeah. There was some hype building around the gun before SHOT Show, and I had saw Colleen Nor's video on it, and that was definitely on my short list. As soon as I get to SHOT, I want to get over to the booth, check this thing out. I'm a left-handed shooter, so I really like having the ambi controls on that. I think my first experience taking it to the range, I always do like a first impressions video. So I don't put an optic on it or anything. I'll clean and lube it. I get it out of the box and I shoot it. And I don't like shooting iron sights. I'm just not a like
Mhm.
everything. And I got to the range and I started shooting this thing, and I'm like, this thing is stupid accurate for the size of this gun. And so it was just, I kind of fell in love with it right then and there. And now that I got an optic on it, I even like it more. But so Matt, I know you haven't got your review out on it yet, so I don't want you to,
I just did a short. Yeah, I think I published a short this afternoon or something about it, or maybe it was last night. Anyway, but when Chris says he was excited about it, don't let him stop there, because so Chris and I were basically neighbors at SHOT Show. Like I stayed at the Flamingo, he stayed at a bed and breakfast or whatever that was like right behind the Flamingo, and so we walked to SHOT together every day. We went to dinner, all this other stuff. Known Chris for a while. Every time we got into an Uber, every time we talked about guns at SHOT Show, if he hadn't gone to your booth yet, he was like, I gotta check out this gun. Yeah. After he went to your booth, Matt, you got to check out this gun.
That's so great.
I love it.
Oh my God, yes.
Driving the traffic. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. That's amazing support.
That's how I ended up at your booth.
Mhm.
Love it. One more person. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. I like the gun, man. I liked it when I picked it up. And I've said on a number of occasions on some of these live streams that I thought that, and I even told you guys the same thing when I talked to you, was that, everybody was talking about this lever action here, the shotgun there, so whatever else. And I thought that the RM1C was the standout firearm at SHOT Show for me.
Thank you.
There was I don't know 300 or 400 Glock knockoffs and a whole bunch of other guns that were just repops of the gun that company came out with the time before. And here's this gun that didn't take the easy route. Here's this company that didn't take the easy route by just copying a Glock, making another Gen 3 knockoff, and brought something that, like you said earlier, I mean, it's pretty full featured and for a really good price. And the thing shoots like a dream. It's got a great trigger on it. I'm getting ready to put an optic on it this weekend because I wanted to get some work with it while it was, still in its original configuration. So I had something to go off of in the video. Yeah. But the mags, so I do some fairly intense testing when it comes to firearms. It's not going to get cleaned for 1,000 rounds or more. The mags are going to get dirty. I'm going to put shit ammo through it, and like the mags have fed great. That I haven't had a single malfunction with it. Even I started shooting it bone dry.
Yeah.
Like the first mag through it, not a drop of oil on it. And I really like the gun. And Works holsters are some of my favorite holsters. A&R sent me a holster for it. It fits great, nice holster. But Works has their Outlier holster, which is a multi-fit holster for that locks onto the light. I got to put my TLR1 HL on the RM1C, and
perfect.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah, thank you for the feedback. That's super cool. And yeah, to that point, I mean, when we've been sending out guns for review and sending them out to content creators, we've been saying, put this gun through the test. We definitely, run the crap out of it. Pardon my French.
Yeah, no, you're right. We don't want to have a biased review. We want people to, as Steph says very well, we're producing a product that could potentially save someone's life. You're putting your life in our hands of a product that you need to be able to rely on and trust and know that, the training that you've done, that this gun is going to function appropriately. And so we want the gun to be tested in real life situations, because it's not going to be, perfectly on a shelf. You take it out and it has no, dirt or whatnot. You're not going to always have the best ammo. So I'm really happy to hear that, it's running like that for you and other people that have shot it.
Yeah, I'm super happy with it. So
that's so great to hear.
Yeah, good on you guys. Yeah.
Gun and Gear Review podcast is out there. This is, I think, their first time I've seen them in my side chat. They said they've got it in their hands and shot it, and they said complete different story. The gun is great.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
So, John, I want to kind of bring you in on this too. I don't know if you've had a chance to get it out to the range yet, but what was kind of your initial thoughts with it?
So I put up a short on it about 2 weeks ago, and the feedback has been great. I love the thing. I love it a lot. It reminds me a lot of aesthetically like the Walther PPQ, which is really good competition to be compared against. I actually like it more than my PPQ, which is saying a lot. Our full review is going to be coming out next week on the gun, so we've finished it. It's been 100% reliable. Love it. I told Steph and Chris over the weekend, like, here's the small minor changes I would make, and that's what I want to applaud them on, because they're willing to listen to us and take that little bit of like, hey, add a little bit here, move this up just slightly to make it just a little bit better.
Yeah, I think that's what we're trying to do, is that, especially a new company, our customers want to know that if they're talking to us, there's someone that's listening on the other side. And, we might not be able to add everything that everyone has an input in, but if we continually hear like, oh, we'd like to see this a little bit more, it's certainly something we're going to work with our engineers to figure out, how we can kind of figure that out for next iterations. And also, it might not be necessarily on the next model, but for sure it's going to be, included at certain points in time. So we love to hear the feedback. We're listening. We have a very very, very nice open dialogue with people who write into our website and have questions or concerns. So I think, Stephanie's been really great at getting the team on top of that. So,
yeah, I have a file of people's suggestions, caliber suggestions, different things they might change, little tweaks, and, just general feedback that we're hearing. And so, yeah, like Chris said, we're one of our tenets of our brand is that we really want to be seen as very responsive. So whether that means that, it might not always mean it's on like the next iteration, but trust that we're working on it and we hear you guys. So that's one thing we always want to make sure we're doing as a brand.
Yeah, and as the minute I got the gun, when I posted my reel, I got text messages from Tactical Toolbox and Tactical Considerations already asking to borrow it. So I'm like, hey,
Nice.
Here's their contact. Go talk to them.
Yeah,
because I like it. You can't have mine. I like it too much, but
yes,
no, I'll let them borrow it. But it's people like that who have seen it and have been like, well, I'm now super interested because you have one, and the more people have come in. I had comments today and yesterday, people was like, I just shot it over the weekend, or I shot it the other day, and I love it. I fall in love. I bought it. So it's great to hear that the response we're getting, even over the weekend, the response that you guys were getting was fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I want to thank Clover Tack for the $5 super chat. I do believe he was in Dallas with you guys too. And He said, I shot it last weekend. Looks good. Shoots good. Had no complaints. So, Clover, thank you very much.
Day over.
Yeah.
Us, so.
Yeah. Brian Duchesne out there's got a question. And Brian, shoot me an email so I can send you some links on that question you asked me earlier. I'll get to you after the show. He said he came to the chat a few minutes late. Exactly what action does this handgun use? Is it based on a Browning action? If not, can you describe the action for us later comers, not the newcomers here? Yeah, we haven't really talked about that yet, Brian. So,
so the gun is based off of, and we have a partnership with the AREX Delta Gen 2 design. So that is kind of the base model. And so we worked with them to kind of update and re-engineer different aspects of the design. And so what we found was it was a fantastic gun, super reliable, as we've talked about, has the ability to, feed ammo through it and, whatnot. And so we took that design, took it here to the US, kind of re-engineered it, and now we're producing it here in the United States. So it's I just wanted to make sure everyone kind of knows, and we're being forefront about the fact that the original action and design of the gun was off the AREX Delta Gen 2. So
yeah, I had a lot of people in the comments asking me that, and I was like, I can't tell you guys because I don't have any. I've never shot the AREX Delta, so I was like, I can't compare it to it. but there was a few people that were talking saying, well, that's what it's based off of. So
yeah, we have a very open relationship with them. So just so you guys know.
All right.
Hey,
Christian, I don't want to leave you out of this chat. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask?
Well, first off, I'd like to say I have watched all of Chris's videos, which is pretty cool, and I could see the excitement in his face when he was shooting rounds through that thing. And back to his point about iron sights, he complains about iron sights every time, not complains, but mentions that he's just not a good iron sight shooter. Almost every video that he shoots with iron sights, he says that, and then he shot like the best groups he had ever shot.
Yeah.
That pistol. I was like,
Yeah.
holy hell, I got to get me one of those. So. I mean, once I figure out what shops and stuff are going to be carrying them or where I can get one, I'm going to try to pick one up. Just really cool to see, kind of a newcomer coming on the market. And one of my questions, I think, was to Chris in the chat on one of his videos was kind of what it was based off of, because sometimes it's a little hard to see on a video without you having it in your hand. And I'm kind of a mechanical guy. I like to see how stuff works and all that. I fix stuff for a living. And, it's definitely a very cool looking pistol. And, the fact that you're here and listening to us and then taking feedback from, the community and people, that shoot all the time, like Chris, myself, and the other folks here here on the video and then on the side chat and whatnot. That's just really cool to see. So I am a little bit intimidated, though. I'm surrounded by all these folks from Ohio. So I spent 11 miserable years up there in Cleveland when I got out of the Navy. So and I had to move back down south. So, but anyway, no, I love y'all, Ohio folks. Great, great hardworking blue collar folk up there. And, really, excited to be here with y'all on the panel, and great to see a newcomer to the firearms. Very exciting, very exciting.
Thank you so much, and we're again happy to be here and answer questions.
Well, Matt, you answered one of my questions. I knew that, but I wanted to make sure everybody else knew that they're CZ P10 mag compatible.
Yeah. Our base plate is a little bit different, so it might hang out the bottom of the grip frame just a little bit. So I would probably recommend it best for like if you just want to put rounds down range and you just want to swap out mags that way, that would probably be the best way to use those. But if you're going to conceal it, I go with our mags probably.
So I shot it with P10 mag last weekend. Mm-hmm. I don't know, 3 or 4 mags, and one thing I noticed is that I didn't have an over insertion problem with even though the P10 base plate sticks about a 1/4 inch, maybe a little less, maybe 3/16 of an inch lower than the grip of the RM1C.
Sure.
It's a different angle, like you were saying, the base plate. Angle, but I did not have an over insertion problem, which I thought was important, because if it's going to be mag compatible, it's got to be mag compatible, not
right, exactly
compatible as long as you do it just right,
Right. You actually have to be able to use that magazine in real life. So
yeah,
we're getting questions in. Brian wants to know, and this would be from the manufacturer's side. He wants to know another question: why don't gun manufacturers make 2 models of their product offering? I've always wanted the option of a striker fired or double action, single action hammer fired. Seems to me to be a home run. I
mean, I think that's a great question. I mean, I think that, for us, we wanted to do our first product offering right, and we wanted to make sure that whatever we brought to market was A1, we had everything worked out, and that we could offer the consumer exactly what they wanted. So, that's not to say that we aren't, working on something that might be along those lines as well. But, I think that in order to kind of gain the ability of capturing customers, it might be a little bit difficult to have 2 offerings right out of the bat. So in the beginning, kind of have that focus on our first product, and then we'll continue to have we have a pretty robust roadmap. So we do have things that are in the works for some of the things we've been hearing. So I guess the best thing to say is kind of like stay tuned.
Yeah.
There's certainly some more exciting things coming on the pipeline.
West Virginia Guns and Goats out there, he wants to know, can we purchase spare base plates to add to our CZP-10 mags?
Question for you.
Yeah, so we're not selling them yet, but that is, again, something that we are planning to do for sure. Because we heard that actually, I think I met Guns and Goats at SHOT Show, actually. It might have been him who asked me about it, but that's something that we have heard and that we want to be able to offer to our consumers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I notice, obviously, the mags, you sell them on the website, the 17-rounder and the 15-rounder, and they're very competitively priced also. They're not. What I really was impressed with, too, is the offerings of the different optic plates.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also very reasonable. So I know it ships with the RMR footprint. You've got an RMSC plate, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have...
Yeah, we got the Shield, we got the Delta Point Pro, and we have the Dr. Noblex plate.
Yeah, that's super cool that people have the option to. It's really nice for us content creators when we can get the extra plates, especially if we have an optic come in for a review. And
right,
most of the time nowadays, they're all getting to be either RMR footprint or Shield. But there are still some Doctor ones that slip in once in a while. So it's nice to be able to have those plates to test out the different optics. And then there's people out there that, they got their mind set on one red dot and they want those plates. So I think it's really cool that you're offering the plates there on the website.
Oh,
Thank you. Yeah, we just wanted to make sure that we were trying to think in advance as much as possible. Like we thought about it as gun owners ourselves. Okay, we're going to buy this pistol for the first time. It's a new brand we've never had an experience with before. What would we like? What would we like a manufacturer to offer? So we were trying to think of all those things as much as possible ahead of time. So even with partnering with holster manufacturers before launch to make sure there were at least a few out there. So if you're going to buy it and carry it, you could right away, which is good too.
Cerebral Firearms, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Shooting Gallery, obviously we know you don't have one yet. Are you guys maybe thinking about doing an RMR to acro for a lot of the new enclosed dots that are coming out?
Yeah, that's definitely something that we are targeting at potentially doing. Because we know that those are coming out more and more popular.
Would it be an RMR to acro or your footprint to acro?
It would be more of our footprint to acro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that seems like your footprint to RMR and then RMR is like
too many steps in between.
Yeah.
Might as well just re-engineer the whole thing and do direct mount.
Right, exactly.
G-Web's out there.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah,
yes.
It's in the notes.
Yeah,
don't worry.
we've heard it.
Yes.
Definitely heard it. So
yes, exactly. And calibers too. Yes, we. I guess the best way to answer this would be yes. We have a product roadmap that is several years long. So you can expect different caliber variations, different iterations, like we mentioned earlier, different sizes, different things along the way. So yes, if there's a model or something that you would like to see, there's a good chance it's on our list.
Yeah. Rich, we kind of already answered this. They kind of started doing this in 2020. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's spot on.
Yep.
So I guess, Christian, I know you had a question. Go ahead, and then I'll ask mine.
Yeah, just kind of a general question. I mean, I can kind of take my own guesses, but I just wanted to hear y'all's thoughts on it. Is there a particular handgun model, make, or otherwise that y'all were kind of gunning for? Or, I mean, again, I can kind of take my guesses. I just wanted to hear your, if you had a opinion on that or a statement on that.
You mean from like a competitive standpoint?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
Like, is there a particular, like, who are you shooting to kind of take off the top? That's kind of what I'm getting at.
I would say, the best way to probably answer that would be to say, you know, we do have a very competitive price point, and part of our elevator pitch, if you will, is, you know, that we are a really high quality product at a very competitive price point. But I would say that reliability wise and quality wise, I would put us head to head with some of the really big boys in the industry as well. So, you know, I guess without naming names.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to put you in a situation there, but like I said, I can make my guesses, but that's a very fair answer. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and everyone comes in, it's the next Glock killer, and it's just like, that's not what we're trying to hang our hat on. But like, you know, why not come out with a gun that's just as, you know, we're trying to create this gun that's super reliable. So I mean, I think there's a lot of guns that are in our price point that are we create a better gun and offer a better product then. And so I think it's kind of like, you know, we're just trying to create our own lane, right? And like there's some market share out there that we can grab some, and I think that's really our strategy.
Yeah, that's fair. And a lot of people, you know, I know everybody kind of has their corners that they gravitate to as far as firearms and stuff. I'm kind of like, I go a lot of different directions. I mean, I got some of my more, you know, stuff I think a little more highly of than others, and you know, I got my preferences and whatnot, but you know, I like firearms in general, so it's, again, awesome to see something, you know, kind of new come down the pike.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah, and you know, with coming out with a striker fired polymer 9, when we first started telling some people about it, they were like, "Oh,
yeah, that's very
groundbreaking, like very original. Good luck to you." You know, it's kind of. But I always feel like, and we knew this kind of going into it, that first of all, I always feel like there's room in the market if you have a quality, reliable product. I feel like there's always room for that. But then we really wanted to make sure that we kind of, as Chris said, carved out our own niche and, you know, just really kind of created our own lane. So hence the product offering at a really competitive price point and American made.
Absolutely.
That kind of also gets to the reason why we started the company. You know, we were sitting there in 2020. We'd been working in the industry for a while, and we're just looking at all these ridiculous bills and things kind of going up. And, you know, we're looking at it from a standpoint of we cherish the Second Amendment. We have so much respect and reverence for all of the companies that have paved the way to get us to this point. But what are we going to do to kind of continue to further that? What are we going to contribute to the industry in a direct manner? And so that was kind of the genesis of starting this company, was let's bring out a great firearm. Let's give the people something that they would want. That's a very competitive price point, American made, and, you know, listen to the consumers, what they might want. And then, you know, as we grow, hopefully we can continue to attract more new shooters to the industry as well. So I think that's something that we're trying to kind of look at doing with as we continue to roll out more range programs, partnering with instructors across the country, and just helping out with whoever wants to get into shooting sports and, you know, go to the range and shoot pistols.
So I considered, Christian, to what you were asking, I considered, and then Chris said something about the Glock killer, right? You know how people call, you know, every new polymer frame striker fire pistol the Glock killer. I was actually going to troll people with my title for the Rost Martin and call it the SIG killer. And because, well, first, I just told somebody the other day, I posted a picture of it to my Instagram. They said it looked like a SIG and a Canik had a baby. And I said it shoots better than any SIG I've ever shot in that style of gun. You know, not like their older hammer fired stuff, because it's a totally different gun. But as far as striker fired SIG stuff, shoots better than any SIG I've ever laid my hands on. And
that's a great endorsement.
Yeah, it's a high praise. Thank you so much.
I considered trolling because it was going to do one of two things. It was going to be A, what gun could he possibly be talking about? Or B, what gun could he possibly be talking about? You know?
Yeah.
That was kind of, I brought that up in one of the videos. I said that, you know, I've been carrying a 365 XL for years, and I like that gun. it's kind of, you know, for its size, it shoots more like a full size gun. If, you know, as long as you're spending the time and practicing with it. And that was kind of my first thoughts when I started shooting your guys' gun was, this is a very slim firearm. It's going to be very easy to conceal, but it shoots like a full size gun. So that was kind of my question I was going to lead into was, in the beginning, when you guys are getting ready to go on this journey and making a firearm, was that kind of what you were thinking? Because, like, obviously you could be like, well, are we going to come out with a full size gun? Are we going to come out with, was that kind of already in your head? We want to make a gun that's going to have that full size shooting experience, but it's going to be very easy to conceal. Was that kind of what you guys were going for right out the gate?
Yes. Yeah. I would say we went with a compact right out of the gate because we knew it was a great all around. It's kind of like a do-all gun. You can carry it. It can be a bedside table gun. It can be your truck gun. It's a good place to start. And then, you can probably add on it.
No. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think, having a compact and just kind of also seeing the kind of the market of moving more towards concealability. And so having that really slim frame. I mean, I carry it every single day, and you know, it doesn't print. I forget I'm wearing it half the time. So that was a big thing for us, is a gun that's easily concealable, but you know, you're not going to sacrifice accuracy and reliability for a gun that's just only 4 inches. So I think you hit the nail on the head there.
Cerebral Firearms wants to know out there, what is the warranty on the RM1C?
It's a lifetime warranty.
Okay. I knew that. I just
right.
Brian says, please make a 12-round version that is shaped similar to the 365 XL in the case that you get a full grip on it. Well, I mean, honestly, it comes with a 15-round flush fit, and you can get I can't get a complete full grip on it. I got monstrous hands, but I mean, I don't see why you would need to do that. I mean, you've got the flush fit 15-round mag. It's so I love the design of that. And it's just the lines, everything lines up so nice on it. So,
well, speaking of magazines, for anyone that's joining from a magazine restricted California or anything, we will have 10-round magazines shipping at the end of this month. So
nice.
And we do also offer a SKU with 2 15-round mags as well. So that's currently out there.
And I know that someone will probably ask, are we on California roster yet? Not yet, but we are in the process of trying to make that happen.
We are actively working on it.
So now that you guys are rolling, you go to SHOT Show, you get all this hype starts building around the gun, people are getting interested in it. What has the production been like? Did you get more of an influx than you thought you were going to get? And has it, like, trying to keep up with the demand? Has it been pretty rough?
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of have all of these assumptions of what it's going to be and how it's going to just flow smoothly and everything's going to happen. And then you get a SHOT Show and you get a magazine cover, and then, you know, our sales group is submitting orders to us, which is fantastic. You know, that's what we want. But yeah, I mean, I think the demand for the first 6 weeks or 7 weeks of shipping has been more than we expected, but it's been, that's been great. We've been able to keep up with demand very easily. There's no one really waiting for orders. When we get an order that hits our facility, we're usually getting that out, within 24 hours. So people are ordering their gun and getting their guns rather quickly. So gets back to kind of the idea of being, customer service and listening to people. Cause one thing it was a kind of an interesting thing of pegging our launch at SHOT.
Yeah.
We're like,
oh man,
we got to have product, because
Yeah.
a lot of, people launch a company and then they don't ship for 6 or 7 months and you kind of lose that wave. And we needed so it was a little bit of a gamble of doing SHOT Show, but I think it was certainly kind of the right timing because, you have really the eyes of the entire industry on us at that point. And, a lot of the more established companies don't necessarily wait for SHOT anymore because they can kind of just release as they go throughout the year.
Yeah. And because we did have, it was very nerve-wracking to actually like plant our flag and say, okay, SHOT Show is it. Because once we did that, then it was like, okay, hold on, but that was one of the nice things about having started the project back in 2020. We did have the ability gearing up to SHOT Show to kind of backlog some of our inventory a little bit. But then again, to Chris's point, it was kind of like a delicate dance because you don't want to have too much in inventory sitting. So you're just kind of like, it's finding that finessed spot. So we're learning as we go, and it's been a fun ride so far.
For sure.
John and Matt, I know you both got questions out there. You go ahead, John.
Yeah, so it's kind of a two-part question. So you did say that the gun is based on the AREX. Are you planning on doing the same thing with the frames, interchangeable frames, as time goes along?
That's something we're definitely considering. Are you saying like the chassis kind of? Is that
yeah?
Yeah. So that's certainly something we're considering, and I think that with our roadmap of the offerings we can do, I think that's something that a lot of consumers will like. But we're also going to kind of continually flood the market with options that they'll be interested in. So we're not trying to just release a gun and then 2 years later release another gun. We want to make sure that it has enough room to breathe, but we also want to kind of be responsive in our releases.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and then the same thing goes for the mags. I have an AREX. I tried to put the mags in the Rost Martin. It does not work. I will let everybody know that now because they got a little bit more material on the extension. What made you go with P10C mags over the AREX mags?
Well, we made some different changes to it. So we knew that it would still run. And so it was kind of just a design aspect on our part. Nothing too crazy on that, honestly. So we liked our mags kind of the way it fit into our frame and kind of the changes that we're making. So that was really kind of the genesis of that decision.
Big J's out there. He said, hello, Gun Nation. Saw your table display of guns at Texas Gun Experience. I know he goes there quite often.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Love
Good
it.
to meet you.
Matt, I know you had another question.
Yes. So, while you guys were talking about mags, I thought, well, why didn't they go Glock mag? But the size of your grip, the size of the frame would have never allowed it.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a two-part question. One, where did the name come from?
Oh, okay. So that's a good question. Rost is named after my grandfather. It's his middle name. And he is actually the one that's kind of credited with getting our family into the firearm space in the beginning. So my dad and my grandfather actually started Springfield Armory back in 1974. And so I wanted to pay homage to that side of the family that really kind of got us into the gun industry in the first place. And so that's where the Rost part came from. And then Martin, you can speak to that part.
Yeah,
so.
Martin is my great-grandmother's maiden name. And so she was definitely kind of a force to be reckoned with, and had a hand in, raising my mom. And she'd definitely be, if she was still with us, she would be super proud of kind of what we're doing. She was a proponent of the Second Amendment. So we took that. It's funny when you start a company, you don't really think about how hard it is to figure out a name. And then you also don't figure out how hard it is in the gun industry to see that name printed on firearms thousands and thousands of times.
Yeah.
So we wanted something that sounded cool, but also kind of meant something for us, and that looked, good in print for us as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Good story. Yeah. Good answer. I like that.
Yeah.
Family
ties. Yeah.
Yeah. With a last name like Winklejohn.
Yeah.
You can imagine if I had like two names that had to be printed across, it'd have to be a 7-inch slide,
Or it could just be the Wink.
Yeah. But so speaking, we've kind of touched here and there on possible changes in future products. and I'm sure this has come up to you before, the addition of a thumb ledge or like a gas pedal in the frame where you have the textured flat area,
Yeah.
where your offhand thumb go, where your sport hand thumb would go,
Mhm.
having that cut in a bit. I don't know if the polymer allows it. I don't know if the design of the polymer of the frame allows for anything to be cut in deeper.
So you mean like a little bit of an additional purchase for the thumb to rest? Is that
Yes.
what you're getting at?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely have heard that. And that's, again, something, because I feel as if that was kind of the reason that we put kind of the texture there, is
Sure.
to kind of have that there. But
Mhm.
I feel like more people really like it than don't, right? So the more kind of surface area and kind of space we can kind of add there, it's certainly something that we've already looked at and to potentially add as well. So
now that you guys everything's up and running, the guns are starting to ship, are you starting to get a lot of aftermarket companies reaching out to you wanting to do things with you guys, as far as obviously holsters are going to be a big thing. Everybody's got their favorite holsters. They got the company they stand by.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, are you getting a lot of interest and support from aftermarket companies out there?
We have, and if there's any out there listening to us, they send all the requests. Like we love to explore any possibility of partnering with any aftermarket
100%.
companies. I think any opportunity to partner and make the platform better is just better for you guys, and meaning the customers, better for the customers. And so yeah, we're all ears all the time. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've had some, I saw like magwells and kind of things along those lines, different sites, talking about tritium sites and night sites and whatnot. Those are things that we're actively kind of looking at, offering different SKUs and things along those lines. So we've certainly had more people reach out about that in the last kind of 4 weeks or so. And we're, as Steph alluded to, I think the more people we can get in contact that want to do stuff, the better, because we're open to working with anyone.
Yeah, because I think there's probably going to be a lot of site companies are going to want to jump on, especially with getting suppressor height sights on that gun for people running the optics. So
for sure. Yep, exactly. And it does follow an XDM sight footprint. So you could do suppressor height sights that follow and on a Springfield XD or XDM, and those could definitely work for co-witnessing if you're interested in that.
Right.
Or night sights or any sight.
Whatever.
Go ahead, Matt. I know you got another question.
Yeah, this one just happened to come to mind. Because I've never made anything, right, from scratch. At what point, like I'm sure there was a lot of T&E, a lot of trial and error and everything else, right? At what point did you go, that's enough? Like, we're not going farther.
I don't honestly think that to be perfectly honest, there's never a time when you're like, well, not at all. Like, but
ready to release.
Yeah, I think it's like, I mean,
again, forever iterate.
It has to be. I mean, we had, as we talked about, we had SHOT Show. So like there had to be a time when you draw the line in the sand and you're like, and I think it's good too, because, honestly, like you could kind of iterate on it over and over and over again. And like, you keep coming back to the drawing board and, when they get too many people in the room, but at the end of the day, you kind of have to say, all right, we're going forward with this. And I think that's really good, because it also then allows you to say like, all right, well, maybe we didn't include it on this one, but like, let's maybe because it wasn't potentially possible with, the tolerances or, the ability on the polymer or whatever it is on the frame, but it's like, well, maybe we put that into our next one. And like, maybe we look at that because that's something that the consumers are probably going to want, like something additional that we can add. Like, so I think that it's kind of like, you never say that it's a good enough, like in terms of like, not good enough, but in terms of we've added everything we can, but there also gets to a point where you have to just start producing and say, we're going forward. So, and you have to give yourself enough time to, buffer in that.
So like starting in 2020,
yeah.
When prior to SHOT Show, if you can remember. Like, when were you done? Like, when, not done, like we just got done talking about, like, there's no such thing as done, but like this model that everybody's shooting right now.
Yeah.
Probably 18 months prior, I'd say. Like,
oh, yeah?
just for to then do more all I would, if I can remember correctly, and then that's like all the endurance testing, because you want to make sure you give enough time. So yeah, I think it was right around 18 months, because once once you say you're good, then you're like, all right, well, now let's put it through all the different paces, all the different mud, all the different frozen. So you need to leave yourself a little bit of buffer if you need to kind of go back, you know, with our engineers and tweak a little bit of stuff. So I think it's about 18 months or so.
So you're not like SIG in that you actually tested your gun before you put it on the market.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you have that one.
Okay.
So what was your endurance test like? Was it the military trials test?
Yeah, so we have a bunch. So we did we ran 2 guns to 50,000 rounds each. And then we ran the sand, we ran the water, we ran the mud, and then we ran a pretty extensive drop testing too from different levels as well. So try to we do it on a military level in that sense, and so we're really trying to make sure that we've kind of gone through all the different potential things that the gun can shoot. So as you guys have been commenting and saying that the gun can shoot different ammo, that's because in different situations, that's because it's been put through the paces before we even went to production.
So who got to shoot the 50,000 rounds?
Our engineers, a lot of them, and some of our team. I think that we put up a lot of rounds through ourselves, but it's a lot of rounds. As much as everyone that's on this and everyone that is on the call and this podcast loves shooting, that's a lot of rounds to shoot over a few days.
I did the pistol testing for Faxon when I was there, and everyone's like, "Oh, you got to shoot 15,000 rounds in 3 days." No, it's not fun. It's not as fun as it sounds.
Yeah, right. Just repetition. Fingers are hurting a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I went through that on the range. I don't know, a few weeks ago. A buddy of mine was out, and he's like, "So what are you going to do today?" I was like, "Well, I got to shoot 1,000 rounds through that. I got to shoot 500 rounds on that thing." He was like, "Got to." I was like, "No, like you don't understand."
So true. No, I had a question.
Real quick. Big J out there said he's got plenty of holster companies he can share info with. So I'll get Big J's info over to you, Stephanie, tomorrow.
Perfect.
He's there in Texas with you guys too. So
we're Texas.
Yes.
You need to get Hidden Hybrid and Harry's holsters to make a holster for your pistol, because I definitely, when I get one, I'll be carrying it for sure. So I'm gonna have to get a holster.
Go ahead, John.
So you guys were at Texas Gun Experience this weekend in Dallas. What was it like when people picked up your gun and saw Dallas, Texas written on the side? What was the reception? Because that seemed, every time I walked by, somebody was like, "Dallas, Texas. This gun's actually made in Dallas,"
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's always gotten a really good, fun reaction. People are kind of like, "Oh, no way, really?" And they look at the slide, and then so that's kind of cool. And this is of course in Texas, so I don't know. Maybe if we were in Ohio, maybe the reaction would be like, "Cool," but it'd be maybe less enthusiastic. But we definitely seem to be getting a lot of positive feedback from people who are in the Texas area or from Texas natives. And so that's kind of a cool thing.
And I think that translates to a lot of the stores and dealers as well. And they're, very willing to support a Dallas and Texas company. So that, that helps as well. So, I mean, I think that, as Steph said, the reaction's been very positive, and I think it's almost more positive than we even imagined. In the sense of people loving the Dallas aspect of it.
Yeah. And one funny thing too is originally Dallas, Texas was going to be in the frame of the gun. And then at the last minute, we chose to put it on the slide, and we were kind of like, I don't know. Because from a design, like aesthetic perspective, we wanted the gun to be just generally kind of low key, sleek, under the radar. We thought like less is more when it comes to like what we're putting on the side of the gun. And so we were kind of thinking originally, well, if we put it on the slide, is that going to be too loud? Is that going to turn people off? Sorry, as a side note, I have not been able to get over my raspy voice since SHOT Show. I've had like I don't allergies or whatever. So anyway, SHOT Show voice is continued anyway. But so we ended up putting it on the slide, and I think it actually has kind of been a cool factor that's actually worked in our favor and just been kind of a cool personality aspect to the gun that we didn't expect, which is good.
I'm just saying, stainless steel slide, blue frame, that'll sell all through Texas.
It's so true.
God bless America out there said, I have a question. Go ahead and ask your question and we'll relay it on to the panel here. So, show wise, what all shows do you guys have planned for this year?
So we're going to be at Pew Party in next weekend. And then we're going to be at NRA. And then we will also be at GunCon. And then, and then the Guns America Goals as well. I'm trying to think. I think those are
AR-15.
Yes, exactly. We're going to be at ARFCOM's event just north of Austin as well. So have quite the packed show lineup over the next few months, but it's going to be fun.
Well, I will see you at GunCon. I am not going to. I'm going to miss NRAM this year, but I know Matt and I are definitely coming to GunCon. So
that's awesome. So great. Yeah.
I will be there too.
Perfect time of the year to get out of Dallas and turn for the heat. Sure. So we'll enjoy a little reprieve.
Exactly. Yep. And just we know it's important to get hands on our gun, being a new brand. So trying to get as many people shooting our pistol as possible.
Range day at GunCon is so awesome. Like that's you guys are gonna love it. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And John, you said you're gonna be there?
Yeah, I'm going with GOA.
Oh, I'm glad I haven't bought my tickets yet.
Okay. Thanks. I'm just gonna come down to your house, Matt.
I got a couple guns for you. I need to give to you for FLR.
Yeah. No, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I think this is a question we'll circle back to after Chris and Stephanie leave, because this is more related to our end of YouTube than it is. Talking about the censorship stuff. So we'll circle back for that one. We can go on a whole show about that kind of stuff.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
So here's a question. What made you go with that green and black as the color scheme?
Our Rost Martin color.
Yeah, we really wanted a color that stood out. So we actually took all of the brands that were currently in the marketplace and we put them all on a spreadsheet, and we kind of in like a circle, and wanted to pick a color that didn't seem to be very represented. And also I wanted it to kind of have like an athletic, capable, active vibe. So I thought, from like a psychological perspective, the yellow was active. It's invigorating. It's that kind of thing. So I thought that was a good take on the brand, or we did as well. I do the marketing and creative stuff, but he has a huge hand in that as well. So, but we also, it's our own unique Pantone color. So that it makes customizing things very challenging, but it's fun that we have our own unique spin on it, which is cool.
Yeah. I also wanted to mention something about the box. Your guys' box is probably one of the coolest design boxes. I mean, that's saying like the gun is really, really good, but the box, like not a lot of people can say like, hey, there's a cool design box on this.
Thank you. Yeah, we wanted it to have a very cool user experience from the very beginning. And part of that is the unboxing experience. So, wanted it to kind of replicate the iPhone box, the kind of box that you keep for no reason, the kind of box that you're like, I might use this later.
I could use it.
Yeah. So that was kind of our initial inspo, but just wanting it to reflect quality from beginning to end. And that includes the box that it's received in. So
I remember when I went to the FFL to pick it up, and Michaela, the girl that does all my paperwork and stuff, she you got to see this box. She goes, I've never seen this with a gun before. And I'm like, she brings this black box out. And I'm like, this is really, really cool.
That's
That's
right.
awesome.
Yeah, it was definitely original.
Yeah,
That's great.
That's great.
That's awesome feedback. That was like the exact feedback we were going for, actually. So I'm glad that it worked.
Yeah, definitely nice presentation. Very nice presentation. Yeah.
Speaking of the FFL, when I went and picked mine up, I had like 5 people like circling around it. Did you guys have the same experience?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody in the store was like, what's a Rost Martin?
Yeah, what is
Let
it?
me show you here, you know?
Look at this thing.
Yeah.
Dude brought it out. Like, cool. And same reaction. Like, oh, that's a nice box. You know, just right off the bat, that's a nice box. Lifted the lid on it. As soon as I pulled the gun out, like one guy was down over here at the counter. He was like, "What's that?"
He's not there. Yeah.
What is that? Yeah.
And him, and then another guy, and there was 3 or 4 people going, "Let me see."
Yeah, I had the whole gun store. Like, it's a small gun shop, but there was like 10 people in there, and they all like, "Oh, can I see it? Let me see it." It's just
Awesome. Glad to hear it.
Christian, you got any other questions?
Well, I'm just sitting here kind of jealous of all y'all on the panel. You're like, yeah, I got this nice box and it's really cool. And everybody's like looking it over. And I'm like, well, I saw Chris's video and I saw the box. It's a dang nice box. But no, I mean, to be honest, though, I mean, presentation is some people are like, don't really care about it. But I think the majority of people absolutely do. So when you get something, especially when you spend your hard money on and it comes in a cardboard box, it's like I bought a Spear LT from Sig a year-ish ago, and came in a cardboard box. So I mean, it's a nice looking box. So even on just seeing on the video there, but definitely some attention to detail, and it's much appreciated to see stuff like that for sure.
So awesome. I'm currently testing another pistol that's a Glock knockoff, right? And I talked to them on the phone. The second time I had to send something back to them because it didn't work. And they said to me, after the pistol going full auto right out of the box.
Oh, very well.
I sent it back. They sent it back to me. Had changed a couple things on it, and now it's constant failures to extract. Right?
Yeah.
After that, now they just sent me a brand new slide yesterday. So now it's 2 new barrels, a new extractor, a brand new slide. And they had the nerve to say to me, he's like, we don't waste all that money on our packaging. That's why it just comes in just a cardboard box. You're not getting stickers. You're not getting all that stuff. That's just a waste of money. We put it all into quality and in R&D. Like, do you now? I'm like, if you'd have put it in a nice package, that'd have been the only redeeming thing about this piece of crap.
Oh, that's amazing.
I guess I can answer this question for our TAC. It comes with a 15-round flush fit mag and then a 17-round extended mag.
Yep.
So, Davis. Well, I know you guys have had a long day. You've been traveling all day, and I promised I'd let you get out of here after an hour, so I'm going to stick to my word. I want to thank you for working with me. This was an exciting time for me being a smaller channel because you're the first actual gun company I've worked with. So I really want to thank you for giving me a shot here with this. And I really want to thank you for coming on the show tonight. I've really been looking forward to this. So
thank
Matt,
you.
I'll let you, we'll go around and then you guys can kind of close out whatever you want to say. But Matt, you got anything else before we let them go?
It's just such an awfully good gun. It was good talking to you guys. And like Chris said, is really cool having you guys here. I'm really enjoying the gun. I love what you guys stand for. I love just everything you guys have said today. For some people, this isn't a big deal. For me, the quality of the company is equally as good as the quality of the product, right? A really shitty company can put out a phenomenal product and I'll never recommend it because of the company.
Sure.
Mhm.
So for somebody like me who, as far as I can tell into my firing, this pistol is going to get a really good review, and it feels better to me that you guys are such good people, and the way you're running the company, the things you want to do in the future, just everything about it. I think it's awesome, and I wish you guys the best of luck. I mean,
Thank
just,
you. I
That
so
means a lot. That
appreciate
means a lot.
that.
Thank
I
you
know,
so much.
seriously. And thanks to all of you guys. All of you are wonderfully quality people too. So I truly, all your feedback on the gun and the company has been just amazing. So we're very grateful. And thank you for having us on the podcast, because this is, I think
This is our first
this is our first show
This is
that
our
we're
first
doing
show.
like
So
this.
besides
Well,
the shot
we
show
feel
hits,
honored.
This
Yes,
is very
exactly.
cool. So we'd love to come back on when you're. I mean,
Yeah, oh yeah, I'd love to have you back on.
it looks like your channel's
Things slow down a little bit for you, or you get a little bit of breathing room, we'll get you back on here again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. That'd be fantastic. Thank you so much.
John, I'm going to let you go next here.
Well, first off, I have to applaud you guys for making such a high quality product. Out of the box, it was fantastic. I want to also thank you guys for being supporters of GOA and coming out this last weekend. Really appreciated it. We got 340 women through the range. It was great for that. Kurt and I have a small channel. It's not very big, but for you guys to work with us and let us at least give our feedback and go, hey, like Stephanie, I think it wasn't even 30 minutes into hanging out on Friday. I was like, hey, so I got a little feedback. And you were just like, go right into it. Let's go.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. You guys won my heart. I think this is my top gun of 2024, and 2024 is not even over yet. I love this thing. It is fantastic. I don't know what it is about it, but I can shoot it fast and I can get it accurate. And you guys would put in all the small little details, including the top is cut for glare and it's got a crown barrel. You guys thought of everything. So
Awesome.
if you ever need anything, just like probably all three of us or four of us here, reach out. If you need connections with anybody, feel free. I've already told you this on the phone, but we'd love to see you guys thrive and grow more. And I think you guys have hands down one of the best guns of the year.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you so
amazing.
much. I
Thank
really,
you so
really appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you.
very
Thank
much.
you. I so
I
appreciate it.
have to agree. Christian, we're going to let you go next.
Alrighty. Chris and Stephanie, truly appreciate y'all coming on the show here tonight. I've been excited since I saw, like I said, Chris's videos. He's a straight shooter when it comes to his thoughts, and when he gets excited about something, I was like, man, and I hadn't even heard of y'all, from his unboxing and whatnot. And then he, invited me to come on with y'all tonight, and I was like, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see, not knowing anything really about y'all's company, it was very nice to hear straight from y'all, kind of what your foundings are and like what your plans are and all of that. And, you're coming up against a lot of, there's a lot of competition, but, y'all succeeding helps us succeed in a lot of ways, especially looking at your product and the quality and the heart that you're putting into it. So much appreciated. I hope to see y'all on Chris's show again sometime in the future, and definitely excited for what y'all are bringing to the table in the firearms world. So much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone. We really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to coming back on, and we'll see the rest of you guys at some of these shows throughout the rest of the year.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll
Hope
see
to
you
see you
at
there.
I'll see you at GunCon. I know some of us are going to see you at NRAM, and thank you so much. Thanks again for everything, and wish you nothing but success. And it's going to be fun watching you guys grow. That's going to be
Thank you.
awesome experience to watch. So thanks again. And you like John said, if you need anything at all, just you got my number, Stephanie. Just
absolutely. Yes, we'll
get
do.
a hold of me. So and I'll get Big J's info over to you tomorrow for some holsters. So
Perfect.
Perfect.
All right.
All
Sounds good.
thank you so much, guys.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty awesome. So
Yeah, that was awesome having them on there.
They are fantastic people. hands down some of the nicest people I've met, and they were fun to hang out with over the weekend.
Yeah. All right, let's address a few things here. I forgot to start the giveaway tool. So everybody's hashtag Ross Martin. Get your hashtags in, and we'll do this giveaway. Hopefully, if I don't lose power, my lights are flickering and everything else. We got tornadoes around us, and it's lightning like crazy. I'm just glad we got this far without me losing power. So,
Hey, Matt, remember when we used to deal with that in Ohio?
it's getting a little dicey around here. So,
Remember bad weather? Like,
I mean, bad weather here is like 10 minutes. So,
let's see. Okay,
remember when you had to look at the Weather Channel?
You already answered Rich's question about the media passes.
yeah, I can say it again out loud real quick. Media passes will go out for the GOA convention. Media passes will go out and be notified April 1st. There'll be an update to the website where you can log in and put your guest passes in and hotel information and all that other stuff. So April 1st is the plan on that, which is 2 weeks away. It sounds like forever away, but it's 2 weeks away.
Yeah. Christian, I forgot to thank you too for sharing your sharing the stream, because you've had a lot of people come in on your side. So
Yeah, no worries, man.
yeah, appreciate that. All right. And Casey has joined us. Good to see you, Casey. All right. We had I started some questions. We already got the Clover Tack. God Bless America asks, why is YouTube censoring so many people who mention or show pew-pews, yet there are thousands of videos of them in action? Seems like selective censorship. I don't know. It's just something we've all just had to live with. I mean,
I had an hour and a half phone call with Clover today. So I called Trey last night because for those of you who don't know, Sean Heron, We Like Shooting, got taken down the other night. And I guess a couple other people got taken down as well. So I called Trey last night and said, hey, just a heads up, YouTube seems like they've changed their algorithm. You might want to remove your guns from the background, or you might want to do this. So Clover called me today, said, no, you don't have to remove guns from the background. No, you don't have to do this. The YouTube policy states that if you show guns during a live stream, if you pull them up and are handling them, they will shut you down. And the reason why that is because there's a lot of gangbangers and other people who will go out and show drive-by shootings live on YouTube. So that is the reason why this is happening. It sounds like they've tweaked the bot to go a little bit stronger than usual, but now everyone's getting caught up and getting flagged. So I don't think it is a form of censorship, but I don't think it's as big as we think it is.
Right.
It's not like what they do to video. Like, they suppress a lot of Second Amendment videos, a lot of gun videos. They shadow ban and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Which is the other end of this, not live streams. But yeah, they absolutely do. And I've caught them, like, because I'm not big enough yet for my own YouTube guy. I think you have to have 100,000 subscribers for that to get your own point of contact. But so I'm still stuck just like everybody else, going to the help thing, talking to somebody who is absolutely no help at all, and then getting that moved to an email, which is going to go back and forth, where you're arguing with somebody who doesn't know anything about firearms. But I've caught them agreeing with me and not correcting me when I tell them about suppressing videos, hiding videos, not sharing videos, and shadow banning videos and channels when it comes to demonetization or limited monetization, things like that. Well, like there was one time I said, well, this doesn't break the rules. This is important because I'd like to have it monetized, because otherwise you guys will hide it from people and it won't get as many views. And they said, well, yeah, but if it if it breaks the rules, we can't do anything about it. I'm like, I caught you, motherfucker. Like, I caught you.
You know, it's funny when we were doing the videos for the other place, who was it? Tactical Toolbox told me, hey, mark it as this. I can't remember what it was. It was something like super violent or something like that. And they would go in and review it under that, like we were over correcting. And they go in and go, no, you're fine. It's not what this is. It's this. You're fine. You're good. And so all the videos would get monetized. And then they caught on to it, I think. I think he said they started catching on to that. But yeah, it's weird when you go to monetize. From YouTube's perspective, they would probably want everything monetized if they could.
You would think so.
Yeah.
But it doesn't explain a lot of things. Like, I agree. You'd think they would want everything monetized just because they get their cut. But assuming that's true, there's a lot. It creates more questions than answers.
Well, and what, Chris, if you want to read that off, I can answer that question because we dealt with this with somebody else. Is, you know, you were warned about monetization, but you will get pushed more if you're monetized. If the video is monetized, YouTube algorithm will push it more because they make money off of it.
Yeah.
But as long as you're not violating YouTube's terms of service, then you should be fine. And listen, I sound like Clover now because I was on the phone with him so long today. But if you ever have questions, like, that is the guy to talk to. Like, he knows the YouTube policy in and out. He will help you get fixed. Like, that's the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna hear both sides of that. I mean, I've talked to people who said you're crazy not to monetize your channel if you can, and then, you know, you're gonna have people out there. You're gonna get that's gonna go back and forth.
I think it's the aggravation that's, you know, I know for me, you know, been monetized for quite a while, and it's like there's no rhyme or reason. It's like I have to upload videos 6, 7, 8 times sometimes just to get one. They all go to manual review, and then it's like whatever, you know, YouTube dude in the cloud on whatever side of the planet that reviews it. You know, it's based on whatever their worldview is, whether or not it's you know, is good to go or not. And I had 2 videos recently. One of them I changed. I think I changed like one thing in the description, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, it was it demonetized it, and I asked for a review. And this was a video I already had a manual review of that they said it was good to go, and then they said no, it's not. And then I uploaded the same video. It also went to manual review, and then they okayed it. I don't understand it. It's I feel like I'm going in circles sometimes. So. But, you know, it's part of the game. So I can understand that point of not going monetized because of aggravation. I deal with it, but it's still frustrating.
Yeah.
So something that was shared with me, and I've been doing it ever since, was to upload a video. Don't upload your final thumbnail. You know, and if you do upload a thumbnail, make it like a fucking cat or something like that, something, you know, off the wall, or just a blank screen. I just leave mine as whatever still image, you know, it chooses. Don't put a title in it. Put some whatever. I oftentimes number mine just 1, 2, 3, you know, and don't put a description or any tags. Upload it. It'll get a yellow $sign. And then request reviews on Friday night. Because during the week, you're getting California and New York liberals looking at your videos. On the weekends, well, you just can't have them working in the office on the weekends because, well, they barely make it to work as it is, much less for overtime. So you're getting some Pakistani or Indian or whatever looking at your video, and they love guns, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, monetize that shit." And then once that happens, go in, do your thumbnail, do your title, do your description, do your tags, and then in every one of mine, the only thing that's in my description of every video as I upload it is something that says, I'll actually just read it to you here real quick. It says, and anybody's welcome to, I told Chris this back at like SHOT Show, I think, anybody's willing to take this from my description of in my videos and tweak it. It says, notice the purpose of this video is for education only. The views and reviews expressed in this video are that of my own and are not intended to facilitate any sales. Any review is based on my experience with the products featured. No firearms or products are advertised to be sold in this or any video on this channel, and RTT Guns and Gear does not sell firearms. All live firing of firearms is done in a controlled environment on a closed and safe range by trained professionals or under the supervision of trained professionals. And that's the only thing, other than some random number in the title, like I said, 1, 2, 3, whatever, that gets put in the description when I upload it. And I've been having really, really good luck since I started doing that.
Yeah, the weekend guys are always the people you want to go after.
Yeah.
I found that out too. The weekend guys don't care. They just go, yep.
Cerebral Firearms out there says shorts are very slow right now and limited ads are turning my green signs yellow.
That's something else. If you have a bunch of yellow or even red $ in your library, get rid of them. Just demonetize them completely.
Yeah.
If it's not green, it's nothing, because it shows a pattern of breaking the rules or whatever.
Yeah, YouTube is also, just a heads up, YouTube and Instagram are getting away from shorts and stuff.
The YouTube shorts have been pretty horrible. At least the ones I kind of stopped doing any of those. They're not.
Yeah, mine were. I was doing awesome with them during SHOT Show. I mean, and even really the first 2 weeks after, and then after that they just started tanking, like going downhill, and then I'm like, okay, it's time to take a break from it for a while.
Shorts are great. From what I understand from talking to people, is shorts are great now that you can link videos back. So if you do a short, link back to the full review. And I actually saw that work on the Mossberg video, because it was doing so poorly. I put out a short and I linked back, and all of a sudden it said I had like 30 views just from shorts, from people clicking to watch the full thing.
My shorts do absolutely fucking horrible. I don't know why.
Chris, did you I know we talked last week, did you try not premiering this week?
Yeah, I didn't premiere anything.
Are you seeing any difference? I'm starting to see a little difference.
Yeah, I'd say 25% increase in the first couple hours not doing the premieres.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
Yeah,
I wondered about that. I mean, I do them every now and again, and they don't seem to do, the premiered videos don't seem to do as good.
I mean, it's fun. It sucks because I like doing the premieres, because it's kind of like doing a live. Some
interaction is always awesome.
It's kind of like doing a live stream. You can, talk with your subscribers in the side chat, but then if it's killing the views, then you got to be like, well, okay, now I got to weigh out, like, especially if it's a green lighted video. So yeah, I didn't do any this week. So.
Yeah, because I know the first video I premiered did awful, and so I went back to normal, and it's doing better than the first one.
Yeah,
there's two things I noticed kill my videos instantly: premieres. I might as well not even post the video. And number two, so here lately I've been leaving my videos unlisted and posting them to the community tab for members to see, instead of posting them as members only, because what I think is happening is that I will post it, say, a day ahead of time or 2 days ahead of time for members only. I think what's happening is on YouTube's side, that's starting the clock. And since I only have 5 members, YouTube goes, holy shit, this video sucks because it's only gotten 5 views in 48 hours. So once it goes public, it's never put into any algorithm because it's already been published for 2 days with no views.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with premieres, because premieres, I'm guessing it's taking that first 20 minutes. If your video is like 10, 15 minutes long and you got 16 people in there, it's going to say, well, you only got 16 views in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. And so it's been working better for me to just leave it unlisted, publish it to the community tab for members only to see, and then like noon or something the day of Monday or Thursday when I publish a video, I then just set the published time, so it auto publishes in a couple hours.
Well, I just wish it would take the comments from and I could be wrong, but I didn't notice this on mine. I wish it would take the comments going back and forth in the premiere and put them in your comment section and count it, because it wasn't doing it for me.
Who started this? God bless America. God bless America started this with.
We just went down the rabbit hole. Thank you.
This is why we didn't do it when Chris and Stephanie were on.
Yeah. God bless America. We'll get one of our mods out there to start throwing links to the channels. Let's see. John and Matt, if you guys want to just leave a comment out in the side chat so somebody can highlight your name and get the channels posted out there for everybody. Hey, Mark.
Also, I don't think anybody realizes the comments from Fully Loaded Reviews is me, guys. That's me. Just so you guys know.
All right. So there's we'll get. I don't know if I can. I'll have to have one of my mods do it. I can't do it from the StreamYard side. So I know you got a wrench, Christian. If we don't get anybody else to do it, you can basically G23 is taking care of it for us. Thanks, G. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I'm not a very good mod. Sorry, dude.
No, you're fine. Hillbilly's going to take care of it, and G will take care of it. So, all right, I'm going to real quick. Let's get to the giveaway. So I know some people are waiting on. Only got 16 people entered. So let me show you what we're going to give away tonight. I got to order more patches too. So,
hey, who do you get your patches from?
Patch Ops. I can hook you. I can give you. I can email you Tim and Michelle's info.
Okay.
They're made right. They're up in Ohio. They're in Ohio. They're up way up north, kind of over towards Pennsylvania.
They're in Chardon. I want to say Chardon.
I couldn't think of the name of the town. All right. I did not want to put that up yet. Let me. All right. Here we go. All right. We're down to the end of the stuff from Hillbilly, but we still got one magnet left. And we got one of Hillbilly stickers. You're going to get the Anderson Kiger 9C sticker and the leather coaster from Anderson Manufacturing. And we still have a few of the SHOT Show sticker packs left from me and the Chris from the 740 patch. So get your hashtags in, and then we'll do that drawing we'll do it at 9:30. I'll give everybody 5 minutes to get their hashtags in. So, yeah, I'm going to take this off the screen here. We don't need it on here right now. Yeah, Matt, I'll get you their info. Normally it's about 30-day turnaround for a brand new design. They've got artists there that can do everything, but
dude, I went with this company. I canceled my order and got a refund. But my circle, just the because I have the long logo that like I have across the chest of my t-shirts and stuff, and the circle one that's always like the icon for my like Facebook and whatnot, that's got the Spartan helmet in it. I gave him that 13 stars, Spartan helmet, RTT guns and gear training and reviews in a circle. By the fourth iteration of them fucking this up, I was like, nope. Like, I'm done. Like, it's 2 colors, some lettering, and a design, 3-inch patch, PVC. They couldn't get it. They're like, oh, well, give us another. No, I'm not giving you another try.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I want to have them by GunCon because I already have stickers. I got a ton of stickers. That I forgot to take to SHOT Show.
Yeah, I'll get you their info tomorrow. Tim and Michelle are great people. They've been on. I've had them on the show before. They go to all the shows. They'll be at NRAM. They go to SHOT. They have a storefront now up at Victor's Legacy, a gun store up that way. Yeah, so I'll get you hooked up with them. Devin from Spectre Solutions, who turned me on to them, and I won't have anybody else make my patches now. I only deal with them. So, they're real good at communicating with you and getting back to you. Now, they'll do anything you want. If you want special edition patches for SHOT, they'll come up with a design. If you want glow in the dark, I mean, they can pretty much do whatever you want. So and they're not, I don't think the prices on them were too bad. I buy 100 of them at a time. So, and I'll tell you in the back chat what you're going to be looking at price wise.
You leave my back chat alone.
Yeah, when we get off air, I'll kind of go over the prices with you. So.
Oh, this escalated quickly.
Yeah. All right. Well, God Bless America should have everybody's.
Is he in your chat or is he in Christian's
He's over
chat?
in Christian's chat, I think.
He's in my chat. I just I got the link to the main chat here pinned at the top, and I just posted it over there again. So I thought he had jumped over here, but maybe he didn't. I don't know. It's hard toggling between multiple chats and trying to keep up with it,
Yeah, it's kind of hard when you cross stream, keeping up with everything.
I'm not a good multitasker. My wife always tells me that.
Didn't we learn from Ghostbusters not to cross the streams?
Yep.
And when you do, it costs extra.
Thanks for coming by, DJ. Appreciate you, man. All right. We'll get DJ's thing up there, and then we'll do the giveaway.
So, Chris, since I don't do unboxings, I'm just going to start like all the guns that we have in common. I'm just going to start like in the videos. We're like, this dude here.
But I hate doing them too. Yeah. And then when I don't do them, people get mad. Well, you didn't do an unboxing. And I'm like, yeah, you hate to do them because they're going to get maybe a quarter of the views your review video is going to get. So I don't know.
Like half the time, I don't even talk about what it came with anymore. Like, it used to be like, here's this optic. It came with scope caps, a battery, the lens cloth, and all that. I used to say that even though it wasn't an unboxing. At this point, hell, half the shit that comes in the box, I don't even mention anymore.
Yeah. What I've honestly thought about doing is just taking everything out of the box, setting it on the studio table, and just take a picture of it. This is what comes in the box, and then just add it right into the review.
Here's this dumb lock that nobody uses and we all throw out.
Yeah.
And there may be a cleaning rod or a cleaning kit. There you go. And here's the box and the owner's manual. Done.
Yeah. It came with scope caps. The last time I saw them, they were in the trash.
Yeah, because half the time they end up flying off halfway through the review.
Yeah. The only optic I've had good luck with scope caps staying in place, not rotating around, not working its way off, but I think they're like built into it, or I can't remember. But is the Romeo 7?
Okay.
Speaking
I've had
of,
real good luck with the Guardian so far. I haven't had any issues with those. I don't think I had any issues with the Panzer either, but I've had a lot of them, and I just finally I get so mad. They go and I just throw them in the bed of the truck. I'm like, I'm done. They're coming off.
So speaking of optics, I'm not going to name the company, but somebody had the new Hollow Sun on their gun this weekend. I was 2 shots in and it smacked me in the head.
Oh,
Yeah, because it wasn't Loctited or even on there. It just came back and I was like, 1, oh, something hit me in the cheek. I wonder what that was. And then 2, bonk.
so
Yeah.
the screw got you first, and then
Well, the screw got me first, and I didn't realize it was a screw. I thought it was spall. Because we were in an indoor range, I'm like, yeah, I'm used to getting hit with some spall. Somebody shot something they shouldn't have, and the next thing you know, the optic hit me in the forehead. It was fantastic, and they heard it all weekend too. I made fun of them all weekend for it.
And as you should, yes.
Yeah, they were like, I didn't pack my gun. Somebody else did. I'm like, you should have double checked.
thank you very much. God bless America. We appreciate it. So, our tech says he daisy chains his gun locks and uses them as snow chains. All right, let's do the giveaway real quick here. Let's see. Let me get this back on the screen. All right, we got 21 people entered. Here we go. Brian wins from Right Thing to Do. So, congratulations, man. I don't need your address. I already got it. So,
Stalker.
yeah, well, he actually bought some stuff out of my store. So, I think I still have all his info saved. And if not, I know where he works. Gort says tornado warnings now. Yeah, we had them earlier. I'm still here, so. All right. Well, I'm going to take that down because I do believe Brian is at work and he might be on a call because he is a paramedic. So, but anything else you guys want to talk about?
I don't know, what was the cool thing that everybody reviewed this week?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't do much. I didn't even shoot this weekend. I took a weekend off. I've been adding parts to the Anderson. I just get putting some left-hand stuff on there. I got a Justin Grimm. He's not out in the side chat tonight, but so I like the Strike Industries link curves. Those are like my favorite angled foregrips. I put them on all my ARs. He actually sent me a link to this place called Westlake Tactical. Have you guys heard of them? Ever bought anything from them? They basically make an exact clone of that link curve. So I think those are from Strike. They're like $40, I think, plus shipping. Theirs was like $10.95, and you can't. I mean, there's virtually no difference, and I'll put a video out on it here next couple weeks. But so I went ahead and got that, and then I just bought an ambi safety from them because they were like $9 for an ambi safety selector, and I didn't need. I'm keeping everything on that Anderson all blacked out anyway, so I didn't need anything like. I just need something that functions. I didn't care about looks but I've seen you shaking your head, Matt. Did you have used them?
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
I've heard of them, and I can't. I think that's who it is. Do they do a lot of Taurus parts?
I'll have to
Or
go
is
on there
that-
and look. Like I kind of combed through the website because I was looking for an Ambi mag release because I thought, well, if they have all these other parts, but they didn't. I'll have to get that from Strike, which is fine. But yeah, their prices were crazy, and I mean, it's an angled foregrip. It's like it's made out of the same aluminum and everything as Strike one is. So I'm like, there really wasn't any point spending the extra money, I guess. Kind of what I came up with on that. And from what I can tell, I mean, I showed them side by side. I mean, the M-lock mount and everything else, it's all the same. So I don't really think there's any difference there other than kind of paying for the name,
Yeah.
So
I put the double port brake from Reardon on the Anderson 11.5 today. I took the one of the Reardon flash hiders off of one of my other guns just so I could start shooting it suppressed while I was waiting on the brake. So that came in yesterday. I took the gun to work, and people bring their guns into work all the time to work on them. It's great. In the front office of my work yesterday, I put together a guy's Glock for him. So that's the kind of place I work. And it's not a gun shop. We build medical trucks. Yeah. So I did that, but I published a video on the Unorthodox Designs slap loader, mag loader. And unlike the last mag loader that was sent to me, this thing works awesome.
What was the last mag loader that was sent to you?
I was waiting for that.
I wish I remembered the name of it now that you mentioned it. I can't
Maybe
remember.
the same one that I threw out? Yeah.
Yeah.
I did buy an obnoxious muzzle brake. I bought that cookie cutter from Strike Industries. I bought the 30 cal and I put it on one of my 300 blackouts. I think it's so ugly and stupid. I'm like, I'm going to buy it and I want to try it out. I want to see what it does. But it's more made for AR pistols than a rifle. But I threw it on a 16-inch barrel anyway. I'm going to test it out. It's crazy looking.
I did post that video of having that 9mm round explode. In that,
yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was fun. John, you know that I had to start over on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I posted a video last weekend, or maybe it was on Monday. I was shooting the Bear Creek Arsenal BC9 that I'm testing and playing with, and I had a bunch of 33 round fun sticks that I just had loaded with a bunch of random ammo from a gun show, and it was all reload stuff. Pop, 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 bang! Bolt flies back. The mag shoots out of the bottom of the gun. Overpressured round just exploded. I'm glad it doesn't have a lockup like an AR or AK. That it's just a blowback design, because it was able to just blow the bolt back and send all the energy out the magazine instead of holding it in the chamber.
That was a crazy short. Man, that was wild when that happened. I showed it to my wife. She goes, What happened there? I told her, well, reloaded ammunition. She goes, well, yeah, but you reload all your own ammo, don't you? Yeah, and I'm not stupid.
Yeah, that's why I just make it a rule. Like all kinds of people, like Chris, your reloads are probably 100%. And I know other people that reload, but like when it comes to people that come and take my classes, no reloads. I don't care if it's yours. I don't care if it's the most well-known company out there. No reloads, period. And if you show up with them, and especially if you weren't trying to lie to me and stick them in factory boxes or something like that. Yeah. But if I know that they're reloads, I'll give you your money back. That's fine. But you're not shooting into my class.
Yeah.
It's funny you brought up muzzle brakes. Did you see Cox's new muzzle brake?
Yes.
Yeah. Did Michael call you?
I've talked to him.
Okay. I'm also interested in that new gun too.
I shot the new gun 2 months ago before it went into production, like full production. Yeah, about 3 months ago, I guess it was. And it shot nice. It shot real nice. It shot every bit as nice as the Guardian, the one that I have. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles and all that, but as far as shooting flat and shootability, that thing, he's got a magic sauce somewhere that he does with these guns that the damn thing runs well.
Now he just needs to make them and get them to be.
Well, that's why he didn't go to. I found out that's why he didn't go to Badlands, the Badlands show. There, a month and a half ago or something like that. The Badlands munition event is because he had what did he have? One of his hosses crash or something.
Yeah, because there was people talking. Mills called me about that because he was helping set that up over at where was it? The set. It's
at the set. What's it called?
I don't know. It's over here in Gilbert.
Yeah, it's in Gilbert. The Sentinel or the something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I talked to Kurt while there, and he said the same thing. He was like, "Yeah, I would have expected Michael to be here." And so I talked to him about a week later. He was like, "Man," he goes, "I hated to do it, but yeah, his son or son-in-law, whichever one it is that works for him, crashed his hoss, or I guess he doesn't have a hoss, but his 5-axis machine, and fucked it all up."
Yeah, because that gun at that event would have done real well for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian, did you review anything cool this week? Well, your wife's down there too, isn't she?
Yeah, I haven't been to the range, and matter of fact, I was just talking to the wife today. I'm like, I got to get to the range this weekend. I just got stuff. I got that new Garmin Chrono, so I want to take that out and start playing with it. I mean, I don't have any new guns in to do anything really with. I mean, I finished up my 1,000 plus of that SIG Spectre comp that I got. I got some. I did some reloading this week. Reloaded up another batch of 44 special. But yeah, unfortunately, it's been pretty hard in my day job. It's been keeping me pretty busy as of late, and then the weekends. My wife, she had hip surgery and she's on crutches, and she can't really do. I'm having to kind of cater to her a lot. So, but we're halfway point tomorrow. It's 3 weeks. She got 3 more weeks on crutches, and she can start doing stuff on her own. And we got a dog that she's high strung, so on crutches, trying to let the dog out and all that, it's a pain. And so I come home and I got to play with the dog. It's like 40 rounds of throwing the frisbee or the ball or whatever to get energy out of her. And it's been kind of I'm not complaining. It's I just been pretty busy, and I've just had other stuff going on, and unfortunately some of the gun stuff has had to take a back seat a little bit, but I'm itching to get back to the range. I put some new steel targets out at my private range a couple weeks ago. I haven't even shot them yet. I mean, I put out a whole new target stand, and it's sitting there waiting for me at a buddy's land. And then, I haven't been to my gun club either to shoot. So, I just gotta make that time. I reckon it's gonna be like an early morning 7 o'clock run to the range. if I get the opportunity this weekend, because my club, I don't go during public hours because then I'm fighting people and it's just too much. So I always go like first thing in the morning as soon as I can get in there, because I got private access, or like late at the end of the day when there's no public hours, because otherwise I can't film. There's no way to film anything that way. So
yeah, I'm in the middle of loading 500. in the middle of a batch of 500 rounds of TT3 right now that I'm reloading.
Okay. Hey, speaking of 223, let me ask you a question because we were talking about guns blowing up. I have a friend of mine, actually up in Ohio, a friend of his put together an AR, like a retro. I don't know all the details, but like 20-inch barrel. I don't know if it was like a A2 style setup or whatnot, but apparently he blew his gun up the first time in the range, and I guess he had loaded up 223 using lead bullets and not jacketed it. And I'm like, man, he probably the only thing I can figure is he leaded it up and it freaking just basically had an obstruction and blew up. I wish I had pictures of it. I should ask my buddy up there. He's in Columbus area, the one guy I know. So, but yeah, he's okay and everything. My buddy's friend up there, but yeah, I was trying to figure out what happened, and yeah, that's the best we can figure from talking to my buddy up there. Is he was using his own reloads, and my buddy has some reloads of his for 308, and I'm like, man, I'd probably give those back to him.
Yeah,
I would shoot them through my stuff. So
yeah, you got to have a jacket on them. I mean,
yeah,
for
G23,
you're going way too fast for one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get in it. Chad Kelly out there asked me where Indian Lake is. It's about 45 minutes east, or I'm sorry, 45 minutes west of us. So probably nothing to worry. There it is. Yeah. So we're good here.
Is it near Patesco?
It's south of St. Mary's. It's you know where Finley's at.
Yeah.
It took me on a motorcycle about an hour and 15 minutes to get there. Pretty straight south. I mean, it's not all I-75, but some of it's I-75. But yeah.
Yeah, because
let's see. West Virginia Guns and Goats.
So that
Matt's channel.
Yeah, West Virginia. That video is currently on Instagram and will be published as a short on YouTube here in the next day or two. But my Instagram is rtt.guns.gear because I had to start over. 2,400 followers gone.
Yeah.
And all they can say is, well, you broke a rule.
Yeah. Say hi to Pony 47. I have not seen him out there in the side chat for quite a while. So good to see him. And then Mike's here from Hobby's Hobo, man. Mike, I hope you're doing well. I see your posts over on X once in a while. Glad you're in the side chat. Well, I guess we got 10 minutes here, so we might as well start working our way out of the room here and end this chat. So, Matt, what you got coming up, man?
I just drew a blank. What published today? Oh, the Slap Loader published today. I have a really cool gear bag review coming up on Monday, and then I am out of videos, so I need to get some stuff done this weekend. Got working on that Anderson 11.5 Frontline. Fucking love that thing. That thing shoots great. Of course, working on the Rost Martin, and working on a Dusk 19 from Lone Wolf, and working on a optic from Meridian, the RFX 45. And working on the Advocate from Gideon. Some of this stuff is overlapping because like optics are mounted on the guns that I'm also testing. Working on the BC9 from Bear Creek Arsenal, which the Advocate is on. And I'll be getting a rifle soon from Radical Firearms, a 14.5 pin and weld, which if I get it in time, the Gideon 1 to 10 will go on that.
Nice.
So yeah, if anybody out there want to do like an ammo sponsorship for a video or two, that'd be fucking awesome, because that's a lot.
You knew a guy, but he's no longer there.
I knew a guy. I did. I knew a guy. And I have emailed. I would love to put these companies that said, "Oh yeah, get a hold of me," and then never email me back. I would love to put these companies on blast, but let's just say there's two local companies, one local company that I used to work with, but now there's no reason to go. I can't say it. I can't say it. But two other local companies, Arizona companies, that for whatever reason they've like started the process and then dropped the ball, and then four other major ones that I just can't get emails back, even though they were like, "Yeah, let's do something." All right, let's do something.
Yeah, the ammo shortage, that definitely slows me down with stuff too. I mean, I did 1,000-something rounds through a pistol recently, and it took me a few weeks because I had to, gather ammo from different sources and stuff to do what I wanted to do. But yeah, definitely be helped to have some ammo come my way to do more stuff. But is what it is. I definitely ain't getting rich doing this YouTube thing. It's just a hobby, I reckon. As long as I always say, as long as I'm still enjoying it and having a good time, I'll keep doing it. But man, sometimes it's costly and time consuming. That's for I mean, y'all know, y'all do it. I'm preaching the choir, I guess.
I started, my first video I published was in the summer of 2012. And I've been doing YouTube since. Now, it's been in the last decade, last 10 years, that I've really got super, super serious about it. But even before that, I still did a lot of stuff. I've never made a penny. I'm not saying I haven't made money.
Yeah, but you're at a net loss.
I've been a net loss every year. Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's like I came home today, and I'm like, I'm getting the stuff ready for the giveaway. I'm like, man, I got to order patches. So there's a bunch of money going down.
Yep.
And then I'm like, I've been burning through 9mm like crazy. So I got to put an order in over at Steel Valley and get a couple thousand bullets sent over here. Man, you can shell out some money quick, and then I'm like, once the bullets get here, well, I got to have primers and I got to have powder. And it's just, I mean, I got it all, but we deplete it quick because we all shoot a lot of ammo. So it goes fast. But
we can fix that. I can help you. We can fix that.
I appreciate it. Well, John, what do you got coming up, man? You put out a great video yesterday.
Yeah, so we launched our Stoeger STR9 video, and it's a follow-up to our Stoeger STR9 MC video. So if you're watching this, go over to the channel, Fully Loaded Reviews, go give it a watch. We changed up the format a little bit on that one, so it's a little different than what we normally do. There's a lot more range footage, so if you got inputs or anything, feel free to leave the comments if you like it. If you don't like it, we're still new, so we're still trying to get off the ground on that. I've got the Rost Martin coming out next week. Finished up filming the Kiger video. We still got to do the in studio on the Strybog, the Dissipator, the Hellcat Pro, and I just got in the Untouchable from EAA the other day too. So we're gonna start working on the Untouchable. So there's a lot in the pipeline. Just getting them edited and up is we're working on it. So should see more videos here. We've changed up the format for the next video, so it'll be a little bit different, feel. But yeah, if you're watching this or go over to Fully Loaded Review, subscribe, watch the video, let me know what you think, and it'll help us grow as a channel. We're up to 313 subs now, and about 100 a month right now. So we'll keep going. Goals.
John, I wasn't even subscribed to you. I just looked on here and I was like, I thought I had subscribed. Apparently not. So I'll be watching that video. I'm pretty behind on watching videos as of late, so I'll put that one on my to-do list.
So it's funny. We had like 4 or 5 people reach out, YouTuber guys who have followed us, and they're like, I keep getting unsubscribed. I don't get it. I'm like, what is happening? We lost like 20 in one day, and then it came back, and I don't know what YouTube does with their nonsense. But yeah, we're really excited about that. And then on the GOA side, we've got the gathering next week. So stop by if you're at the gathering. Stop by, say hi. I'll be walking around filming content for the podcast, State of the Second there. While we're there, we actually launched our new State of the Second YouTube channel today. So that'll be up and running. And then I'll be doing tons of other stuff on there. Plus, check out Goals. That's goals.gunners.org to go check out the convention. Love to have everybody there. Show up. We've got 40 companies confirmed, including Century Arms today. So
nice.
The list keeps growing. So there's going to be panels and talks and a lot of cool stuff. So go check it out. It's free to all members, and just it's or $20 or $25 at the door, and that gets you a 1-year membership. So sign up to be a member beforehand, get your lanyard all printed out, and we'll hopefully see you there.
John, thanks so much, man, for coming on. I appreciate it. I knew that would be it'd be a good show for you to come on, having them on and everything. So
yeah, it worked
very
out.
much appreciated.
It worked out really well. That I got to see him last weekend, so it was kind of like seeing old friends again.
Phil, I appreciate the offer on the pound. No, I'm fine, man. I just bought 8 pounds of power pistol, and I still got about 10 pounds of CFE pistol, so I'm good on powder. And I got your stuff still sitting here in the envelope. Him and I are supposed to get together and have a range day, but we got a family member that's been sick, so it's just been kind of everything's just kind of in a basket case right now here. So, but it's gonna work itself out. But Christian, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. I always enjoy having you on. What do you got coming up?
Well, I got a SIG Romeo X compact red dot sight. I got to do some work with that. I still got some testing with my Ruger S-FAR. I mean, that's a freaking rifle that just, I mean, it seems one thing after another with it, but I need to do some more ammo testing with that. I did 1 round of ammo testing after I got some of the bugs worked out of that thing, and I need to go back and do some more, but I need to put a different optic on it. So I was running a 1-8, and it just for accuracy testing, it just ain't jiving with me. So I got to swap that out. Yeah, that's about it right now. I mean, just kind of, we got a lot of weekend trips, family stuff going on over the next couple months, and just trying to fit in some firearm stuff when I can. But I want to get looking for what I'm gonna get next as far as firearm review. So I just wrapped up the SIG Spectre comp deal, and looking to do something else. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna grab yet.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and
appreciate you having me. Always a pleasure.
What do I got coming up? Got 2 new bags in from Savior Equipment. Going to be doing a couple reviews on those. Got a lot more coming with Frontline 16 with the upgrades I'm doing on it. I don't really want to call them upgrades. It's just making it more user friendly for me. So we got that coming up. I just got a lot of videos that are already filmed, edited, ready to go. I just don't know what I want to release yet. So I got a lot of stuff coming up. We'll be back here next Thursday night. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I got a couple people I want to reach out to and get them on the chat. So I'm going to work on that this weekend. But yeah, that's what I got coming up. I also want to thank everybody. Sunday I hit 7,000 subs, and that was pretty cool to have that hit. And I'm pretty happy right now. I'm hitting about 400 new subs every month. So Appreciate.
Yeah, it's been awesome to watch the growth of your channel. I remember you were sub 1,000, I think, when I first found you, and I think I don't know what I had, 2,000 something or other like that. But yeah, it's been awesome seeing the growth for sure.
Yeah. So I guess I could give you a couple. I do have a T-Sauce Night Stalker ordered, so probably going to be a few more, 3 to 4 more weeks before I get that. So really excited to get that in. I do have another gun coming in from another company that I'm going to be working with. So not going to say what that is yet until we confirm it's here, because kind of shipping stuff and everything, I'm waiting on it. But yeah, so I got a lot coming up, and I want to thank all the new names that were out there. I want to thank all the people that watched over on Christian's side. I appreciate you. And that's all I got. So thanks for being here, everybody. We love you. And we will see you back here next Thursday night at 8 Eastern. Say goodnight, everybody.